Hi, welcome to the Cottage. I'm Joey the Veiled Cottage Witch, and this is another episode of my magical plant series. Today, I get the privilege to talk about one of my favorite trees, plants, and flowers. Yes, I am talking about the wonderful, beautiful linden. Look how beautiful it is just in the jar. This stuff is amazing, and I could talk about it all day, but I'm going to try to condense my lecture down to about 25 minutes. Let's see if I can do it. So linden is Tilia europaea in Latin, and the folk names are very misleading, and I'll tell you why. We have basswood, bee tree, lime tree, that's the tricky one, lime blossom, tallule, and tilo. Now in Britain, it's sometimes called lime tree due to the fragrance of the flowers, although it is not related to citrus limes. This one caught me off guard, you guys. So we got a lime tree, a real lime tree, like a citrus lime tree last year. And I was so excited because I've always heard linden trees called lime trees. And I'm like, oh my gosh, now I have my own linden tree. Wrong. No. It is just called that because the flowers smell like limes. I was so disappointed. So indeed, my citrus lime tree is not a linden tree. I feel like the people who do the folk names are just trying to trick us. They're just trying to trick us. And I can say that because I'm also British. So y'all are tricking us. Y'all are tricking us on purpose. On purpose. Okay, I digress. There was my rant. Rant over. I'm done. All right. So the Latin name for the linden tree is Tilia. Now this name is derived from the Greek word tilia, meaning elm tree, and tileia, meaning black poplar. Now ultimately it is thought to come from a Proto-Indo-European word tiliha, meaning broad or broad-leaved. So you get to see a broad-leaved linden right here. Now the common names linden and lime for this tree also have origins in Old English and Middle English respectively, and are related to the Germanic word lind, L-I-N-D, not lime, lind. Just want to clarify for anyone who is confused so far, right? So if you're not confused and you want to stick around for some awesome folklore and medicinal and magical uses, stick around. You might just learn something new. All right, diving into the folklore, and this is where the magic really happens. I promise you. So there are two myths, at least two that I know of, that include the linden tree. So the first story is that of the nymph Philyra. I hope I'm saying that right. So Philyra was seduced by Kronos, the god of time, while he was shapeshifted into a horse. Now you know what's coming, right? If you know your Greek mythology. And later gave birth to the centaur Chiron. After Chiron's birth, Philyra, upset that she had given birth to a monster. I don't think he's a monster, but that's my opinion, asked the gods to transform her into a linden tree, for which they obliged. Now, Chiron grew up in the shade of the linden tree, where his mother taught him wisdom and compassion. Chiron was so renowned for his wisdom that nobles sent their sons to be educated by him, where he taught under the linden tree. As such, the linden tree became known as a symbol of love, compassion, and wisdom. Isn't that awesome? I thought that was cool. Now, the second Greek myth, Philemon and Baucis, a classical couple married by Zeus, were allowed to die at the same time so they wouldn't be parted. Isn't that sweet? Now, Philemon's body metamorphosized into an oak tree, the symbol of hospitality, while Baucis's body turned into a linden tree, thus symbolizing love, beauty, and grace, characteristics prized in a wife. As such, the linden tree can be used in love spells, marriage spells, and to bring wisdom. So that's how we get all those characteristics that we can use for magic. Isn't that cool? I thought so. Now, this tree had a mystical importance to the Scythians from about 900 to 200 BCE, the nomadic people of the Black Sea region. Now, according to legend, their seers would stand underneath linden trees to make prophecies. The tree was sacred to Roman Ceres, or Greek Demeter, and her statues were adorned with linden. The tree was considered a safe place to hold confidential discussions. So you felt protected and you felt safe under the linden tree. Isn't that beautiful? Now, in Eastern and Central Europe, linden trees were an essential part of culture and were usually planted to make a place of importance, such as a town center, a spring, a well, or a castle. So if you had a linden tree planted there, you knew it was important, right? Now, the term under the linden could refer to walking under the trees or being protected, since linden was the conventional wood used for dramatic battle shields. How cool is that? Now, also regarded as justice trees, courts of law were often conducted and judgments passed under lindens. In later centuries, they were planted in front of courthouses in the Netherlands to serve as symbols of justice. Awesome. In the Middle Ages, the linden was a tree of love, where couples made their marriage vows, kind of like Philemon and Baucis. That's it. Oh, it's been a long day already. Centuries later in Belgium, lindens were known as sacrament trees. And into the early 20th century in France, it was customary for newlyweds to walk under lindens to ensure a happy marriage. And in Estonia and Lithuania, libations were made at lindens for fertility in marriage. And in Germany, a linden was traditionally planted when a girl was born. Not sure why it's not a boy. I mean, why just a girl? But that's the tradition. Now, like other trees located beside wells and springs, lindens were regarded as sacred and protective. Even touching a linden was believed to take away illness. Now, these trees were also used to cast spells. A woman spurned on or cheated on would hammer a nail into a linden while wishing the man illness or death. Can you just see it? Like a woman sneaking out of her home at midnight and just hammering a nail, just that son of a bitch, and just taking all her frustration out. Like, that poor tree did nothing to you, ma'am. Nothing. Okay, calm thy tits, please. Now, a nail was often also driven into a linden to remove illness, kind of like a transference spell. But I feel like there are less violent ways to do things, like this poor tree. Now, carrying a piece of bark was protection against magic and witches. Okay. Although in parts of Germany, witches were believed to live in these trees and to gather underneath them on certain Sabbaths, much like the elder tree, linden branches were placed in front of houses to keep witches away. Wait a minute. Huh? What? You're going to use witchcraft to protect yourself against witchcraft? What? I don't get it. I don't understand why. Anyway, branches were attached to houses and stables on the seventh Sunday after Easter and the following week for protection against witches. In Austria, this was done on St. John's Day, June 24th, when the trees were in bloom and fragrant. In addition to witches, fairies were believed to hide in the bark of lindens. Now, in southern Germany, it was dwarves, but they're all part of the Fey kingdom, right? Now, dragons were said to enjoy laying in the shade of a linden, and elves favored them for dancing around them on clear nights. I have so many weird images in my head right now. It's kind of hilarious. But I digress. Now we're on to magical uses, and I'm at 12:04. I'm doing good. All right. Now, linden is a traditional remedy for colds, coughs, bronchitis, sore throats, the whole nine. Its mucilage content may help soothe irritated mucous membranes, and it may also act as a diaphoretic, promoting sweating and potentially helping to break a fever, which is wonderful, right? Now, linden is renowned for its calming effects and is often used as a mild sedative to help alleviate stress, anxiety, and insomnia. It is considered a nerve tonic, quote unquote, in traditional herbal medicine. Now, linden may aid digestion by soothing the digestive tract and relieving symptoms like bloating, cramps, and indigestion. And it's also traditionally used to treat diarrhea, which is a form of constipation. If you didn't know, I'm telling you, it is. And some people argue with me, but it is actually a form of constipation. The relaxing effects of linden may help ease tension and reduce the severity of headaches and migraines. Now, lindens contain antioxidants much like a billion other herbs do, like flavonoids, which have anti-inflammatory properties. Now, some research suggests it may help reduce inflammation and pain associated with conditions like arthritis. I think everybody over the age of 40 has arthritis somewhere in their body. I know mine's in my shoulders, but I probably have it elsewhere too. Linden has been linked to potential cardiovascular support, particularly in cases of hypertension. And some studies suggest it may help lower blood pressure by acting as a vasodilator and may help reduce inflammation in the cardiovascular system. Just don't take it unless your doctor says so, please. We don't want it to interfere with any medicine that you're already taking. The mild sedative properties of linden may help promote relaxation, potentially leading to improved sleep quality. It's a little bit different getting to sleep. It's different than staying asleep. Now, the inner bark of the linden tree has been associated with diuretic effects, promoting the excretion of more fluid from the body, increasing urine production, breaking fevers and causing sweating and all of that I previously mentioned. Linden has been traditionally used topically to treat skin issues like boils, burns, wounds, and itchy skin due to its demulcent and astringent qualities. Awesome. As always, if you ingest it, please don't if you are pregnant or nursing or plan to be. Please do seek your physician's approval first. All right. Okay, on to magical properties. The element is air, the gender is masculine, the planet is Jupiter, and the day of the week it is most potent is Thursday. I know today's Monday, but I couldn't wait. I needed to get this out today. It had been a while since I talked to you guys. All right, you can use linden flowers and spells to attract love and romance. Please do your love spells responsibly. Never start a marriage with a kidnapping. And incorporate a few leaves or a picture of a linden in a hand fasting ritual to strengthen vows. Use linden in charms to enhance fidelity in a relationship. The flowers foster a peaceful frame of mind and aid in sharpening communication skills. It's that air element in it that helps that. Burn a dried linden leaf in your cauldron and waft the smoke in an area where you need to remove negative energy, like after an argument, for instance. Also do this for a protective spell. The branches can be hung over the door for protection, or you can use a picture of a linden, or you can make a linden sigil, or just write the name on a piece of paper. There's no excuse. You can't say, well, I didn't have any. There's so many ways around that. It's called a workaround. You should know by now. Or the tree itself can be grown in the garden. Place a leaf or a picture of the linden tree in a muslin bag on your bedside table to enhance dream work, especially prophetic dreaming. Use the flower essence or make an infused oil to prepare candles for divination sessions. Love it. The bark of the linden carried is rumored to prevent intoxication. Rumored. Don't take it as gospel. Linden is a tree of immortality, and its leaves are used in spells of this nature, so it can prolong things. So that's awesome. You know, that is both a blessing and a warning, just so you know. Linden and lavender are great bedfellows when it comes to making dream pillows to hasten sleep for insomniacs. So they work well together. Good luck charms can be carved from the wood of linden and carried. When seeking justice, write a few keywords on a picture of the tree or the leaf and carry it with you when going to court or meeting with your lawyer. Also carry a picture with you for general good luck. You can just carry a few leaves with you in a muslin bag. Linden is also an aid for initiating changes in your life and developing strength. So it's wonderful for that too. Linden flowers and leaves are used in healing rituals and spells, particularly those focused on the heart chakra. Wonderful, wonderful. Now, my own personal uses. It is in my headache and migraine tea blend, along with skullcap, dandelion root, feverfew, chamomile, lemon balm, and willow bark. This stuff is great when you get the first signs. And if you have some of my skullcap tincture, I'll put both of those things down in the description box below. That is even better. So if you can brew some tea and then add that tincture right into a cup of tea, That is the best way to stave off a headache or migraine. Wonderful, wonderful. I also use it in my crown chakra tea, but it's also really good for all the upper chakras. So putting that intention into that. It is also good to add to any bitter tea, like a liver tonic tea is quite bitter. Kidney tonic tea is quite bitter. Add just a little bit of linden. It makes everything smell better and taste better. This stuff is so amazing. If you do not have it in your magical cabinet, you're going to want to get some. It's just any formula. It has so many properties. Any formula you can add it to, and it'll enhance any formula. It's also good for any kind of protection spell. It will really, really enhance the protective properties as well. So that was Linden. Please put down below how you guys use Linden in your practice. Really love to have that conversation below. Please go to my website, shop my herbal products, shop my magical and spell products. Just remember to enter at checkout, all caps veiled, to get your free shipping. That is my gift from me to you. So please don't forget to do that. Please like this video, hit the bell for notifications. Please subscribe if you'd like to see more. And also go to my sponsor's website, yetiscrubs.com. They have yummy, yummy stuff there. Scrubs, bath bombs, lotions, laundry detergent. Everything smells like heaven there. Fill up your cart and then enter the code word Veiled Witch to get your free shipping there. Don't forget to do that. I love those guys over there. Please give them some love. If you'd like to financially support this channel, you can do so by buying me a coffee. All the details are down below, or you can just scan this QR code right here, but absolutely no pressure. Just live your best life and live for yourself. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.